Alright, hello everybody. So basically this video is to show probationary firefighters how to actually use an engine correctly during fires and everything like that. So basically we're going to go over the two types of engines we have. We have the normal engine truck, which is right here in front of me. This is engine 3. I'll basically go over everything that should be on this truck, and you'll basically know what to do with this truck when I get done with this video. And then you have the ladder truck, which is this truck right here, our only ladder truck. I'll show you in this video how to use it as well. So we're going to start first off with the engine, which I'm going to go back here to use this engine back here. Pull it out in the middle of nowhere so no one bothers me, hopefully. Alright, so this is a basic engine truck. This will have everything you need to fight a fire. Usually 2 people man it. The driver is the primary firefighter, and the passenger is the secondary firefighter. The primary firefighter, which is the driver, operates the pump. So basically, on a fire scene, they would get out of the truck and they would immediately go to the pump. They would start the pump, which I'm about to show you right now. Basically, how I imagine this setup is there is basically a little turn dial, which is a switch at the very top. Basically, you would flip that switch. I'm going to roleplay it out. I'm going to be roleplaying all the actions of me turning the pump on, running the pump, and I'm going to explain to you guys exactly, how to actually run this truck. So, flips the top switch on the engine's pump. We're just going to say prime it. Next step, we're going to push a button. And then you're going to roleplay the actions of the pump itself. Just like that. So basically now this engine's pump is running. So under that you have 4 levers with dials on top of them. These levers are numbered 1 through 4. That's how many crosslay hoses you have connected to the fire engine. I'll explain that system a little bit more later on. But basically, each hose has to have water flow going to them for them to actually work. How you get water flow to them is turning up the dial, which is basically the dial above the lever systems. Like, take for instance, each lever, out of the 4 levers, each lever has a dial above them. That dial basically regulates the pressure. So, since each lever goes to a hose, and there are 4 crosslay hoses, for you to get water flow going to crosslay hose number 1, you would basically... Oh, let me spell it right. That roleplay right there. Flips the crosslay hose lever 1 and turns on the water pressure dial up, basically. That statement right there gives you water flow to crosslay hose number 1, which I'll explain what the secondary firefighter would do with the hose and everything. So now you have water going to that hose. So, for example, the secondary firefighter in this truck would step out and immediately go to the hose bed in the back. From there, he would reach up into the hose bed, and we pull that crosslay hose out. And you see how I put my status on here, because roleplay is key. So basically, I would pull that hose out and have it aimed. Basically, at this point, you would command your pump guy, or the primary firefighter, to get water flow to crosslay hose number 1, which he would flip the lever like I showed you guys. So at this moment, water would be flowing to my hose, but not out of it. And to get the hose actually flowing water fully and spraying water, you would have to basically open up the nose nozzle. I'm sorry, tongue twisted. So, like I'm about to do right now. There you go. That's basically how to operate the crosslay line. So, to stop water flow, you would basically close that nozzle. Boom. There you go. Basically, I closed the nozzle on the hose to stop the water flow, and I did in /do, water would not be flowing out of the hose because I closed the hose nozzle. Now, at this point, I would command my primary firefighter to stop the water flow to this hose, which basically he would do flips lever boom. /me flips the lever for the crosslay hose 1 off and turns the pressure dial to 0. Water would no longer be flowing to the hose. So that's what the pump guy would do. From here, to actually pack this hose up, I would do /me pulls So basically I pulled this back. Boom. That hose is now packed up and ready to go again. So, that happens for all 4 of the actual crosslay hoses. So, if you've looked over Basic Firefighting Guide, BFO, which you should have already have if you're a probationary firefighter, you're going to basically know all the hoses on this truck. So, the first hose, the crosslay, which I just showed you. The second hose is the supply line. The third hose is the hose pack. The fourth hose is the 2.5 line. The fifth hose is the booster line, and then the last hose is the delunge gun, which is the gun on top up there. I'm going to go over every single one of them. So the second one in line would be the supply hose. So for this example, I'm not sure how to find a fire hydrant, so let me go find a fire hydrant. Which, actually first, by the way, to shut the pump off, because I'm going to have to show you this before I drive off, you'd basically flips the primer switch to the off position, engine's pump would kick a few times before dying. Of course, I'm adding more roleplay to my /me's and do's. I'm gonna unlock this freaking truck. And now I'm gonna find a fire hydrant. Which I know where there's a bunch of them at, so. Ooh, I thought I almost got hit there. Alright, there's a fire hydrant right there. So basically, to roleplay a supply line / relay line, you can either do this one of two ways. You can have one fire engine hooked to another fire engine from the back, or a fire engine to a fire hydrant. So basically, you would basically do that right there, which is /me reaches into the hose bed for supply line, pulling it from the hose bed. /me kneels down and connects line to the fire. I know I'm spelling it wrong, but no, I spelled it right. Now, to actually do this, you need to get a pipe wrench from the storage cabinet, so you take a pipe wrench out from the storage compartment. /me uses the pipe wrench to tighten the supply line to the hydrant. /me wrench to better yet, hold on. You're gonna spell right. So basically, /me uses the pipe wrench on the top of the fire hydrant, opening it up to allow water flow. That's basically going to let water flow from this hydrant to this engine, and it's basically going to keep this engine's supply tank full while you're fighting a fire. To turn it off, basically, you're going to just /me use this pipe wrench to sorry, I'm retyping it. /me uses pipe wrench on top of hydrant to close off water flow. Basically putting the wrench back into the thing. And now the supply line's packed up back into the fire engine. The thing to know about the crosslay and the supply line is they're both pre-connected to the engine, so basically you could just get them out and start using them right away. The next thing, or the next hose, is the hose pack. Basically, it's in the back of the hose bed. Gonna slash me. This type of hose pack can either connect to the side of the engine or the fire hydrant. So basically you connect it the same way you connect the supply line to the fire hydrant. Let's see, the 2.5 line. There's a total of 2 of these in the back, and it's basically just another lever on the side of the truck besides the 4 crosslay levers right next to each other. I mean, just make it up. Slash me flips the lever to the 2.5 line. Basically, this 2.5 line is an extra thick line. You have to kneel or sit on it to actually work it because it's such a powerful line. It's basically, that's it. You just roleplay taking it out like the normal lines. Your primary fighter turns on the water flow. You basically pull it out and kneel down on it like this, and there's like this status is kneeling on a 2.5 line. I'm gonna put the inch line, and slash me opens the nozzle on the 2.5 inch line to allow water flow. Boom. That's basically how you roleplay it. Turn it off the same way you turned it on, just reversed. Turn the nozzle off. The engineer, or not the engineer, but the primary would basically switch the lever off, turn the dial down, and you would pack the line back into the back of the hose line when you're packing up. The booster line, it's the right side, right behind the pump, so about right here. Basically, it's just a garden hose. You don't have to do anything to the pump, just pull out the garden hose like you normally would pull out a hose, aim it, open up the nozzle. It's automatically connected, and anytime the pump's on, it's automatically on. So if your pump's working, it's on. The lunge gun, which is the top gun, basically it's going to be roleplayed a lot differently. You're going to be in your truck. Let's see. Is that how you spell it? D-E-L-U-N-G-E. Okay. Basically, you're going to get in the driver's seat. You're going to roleplay slash me takes a hold of the deck gun controller. Is using deck gun controller, and then you can spray. And that's how you use that. Pretty simple. Fire extinguishers. All of your fire extinguishers are in here. Your SCBA gear is in here. Let's see. You got your hose bridges, your salvage covers, halogen bars, hydrant tools, hose nozzles, which most of them are already connected to a hose. You got a cervical collar in there. You got the Kendrick's extraction device. You got the glass masters, the cutting pliers. You got hydraulic tools such as the spread cutters and rams. Your SCBA, like I said. You have extra turnout gear if you need it. So basically all of that is packed inside of this fire engine. So everything you need on site should be in here. A lot of people don't know that firefighters use sand or kitty litter to cover up oil stains and gasoline and basically flammable material. That's also in the back of here. I mean, pretty much anything you need for firefighting is in the back of this truck. So let's move on to the ladder truck real fast. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but this fire engine is very loud. I probably disabled the sound so I wouldn't have to talk over it in my video. Alright, so the ladder truck. I really don't know where to start here. It has the compartments, stores everything the other one does except for the hoses. Basically, you would go to the side panels on either side of the truck and use them to control the ladder. It's pretty simple. Basically, /me uses ladder control to move the ladder into position. You're done. /me gets on top of the truck, climbs the ladder. These two trucks right here, this engine and then this ladder truck, work together. You can roleplayly get a hose out and climb the ladder to get into a better position while fighting a fire. That's basically it for the ladder truck. You can climb it to get to other places. If someone's stuck somewhere, you can use it to get there. That's pretty much it for firefighting. I mean, that's all you have to know to actually run a truck. It's pretty easy. We have 4 trucks, 2 here, 1 here, 1 ladder truck, and then as a backup engine we have 1 in this back garage over here. So is an ambulance, so that's basically all you need to know for how to run an engine.